How's it going, guys? This is Splattercat, and welcome to episode 3 of my Let's Play of Warz, which is in development right now by Hammerpoint, a development studio that was known for the free-to-play game War Incorporated. If you remember from last video, we were in Frosty Pines where we looted several firearms, we looted some melee weapons, and now my number one goal is to make it to Blue Ridge Settlement and hide all my stuff in my bank. Because I am just carrying around way too many valuable items right now, and it makes me terrified. If the travel gets a little cumbersome, I'm trying to stick to the forests. I'll try and keep narrating and being generally entertaining. I'll try to keep the monkey dancing. God, that hill is just terrifying to me. That hill right there is more terrifying to me than anyone with a gun, because I feel like if I walk down it, I'm just going to die. So I'm going to go very slowly and just hope this works out well. I can't tell you how many hills have claimed my life in this game. It's kind of like opening doors in DayZ. It's just a terrifying experience every single time. You never know. And right now, aside from just trying to save my stuff, to be honest, this game actually has an item system which DayZ doesn't have, where you can bank items. So the game actually has a bit more of a desperate approach type deal where you can get a ton of loot, and then if you can bank it, you can choose to spawn with that loot on you. Which several of my spawnings have gone very poorly. I've gotten blasted, I think probably 3 out of 8 or 9 spawns now within 5 minutes of spawning, so I'm thinking that's what everyone else is doing, is just banking their weapons and spawning with them and just shooting every noob they see. We haven't found any armor yet. I don't know how much armor the Santa hat provides, probably nothing. You can find military helmets, and you can find military-grade armor, and also police armor, which I have found in past playthroughs. I'm trying to stay the hell away from roads right now. I'm terrified of the consequences of walking on a road at this given time. Our hunger and our health are in reasonable states. We're not super poorly off. We're not super well off either. We do have a firearm, so we can fend for ourselves right now. We don't have the issue of being fired upon by people who have more gear than us. We do have a SIG, which is one of the best pistols in the game, and we are ready to use it, so just kind of keep an eye out here. I may tag it in the video on YouTube for where you can bail out on all this travel time and come back in, but I'm kind of worried that if I edit it weird, I'll die in between here and the bank, and I don't want you guys to miss it, because that may be the only interesting thing that happens in this video. All in all, I've been entertained by the experience. This Let's Play has been pretty fun to produce with you guys. I'm having more fun with the game than I did the other night when I was playing for a couple hours. Well, I guess I only played for like an hour, but I didn't have a lot of fun. It was a lot of ganking. I had a couple deaths, and the respawn timer really turned me off. The 4-hour respawn timer is just like, oh, Jesus. That's such a long respawn timer, and it just screams cash grab to me. So it's really, like, it's not fun to die in DayZ, but sometimes it is fun to die, because then you get to restart and re-get all your stuff. In this game, it absolutely is not fun to restart. Restarting this game blows. If not just simply for that 4-hour respawn timer. As I said, you can get around it by deleting your character, and for now it doesn't matter if you delete your character, because XP doesn't do anything, your zombie kill number doesn't do anything. Really, there are very few systems in place right now, so losing all your XP... What was that? I think I heard a gunshot. And right now I'm like standing in the middle of a hill like a dumbass, so I think I'm gonna seek defilade, maybe. Seek any type of... I think I'm gonna make a break for this hillside over here, since I have to cross the highway anyways. So we're gonna see how this turns out. I haven't been brave enough to go into Boulder yet. Boulder seems like a death trap to me. I don't really have anything to lose when I first start out, but once again, that respawn timer really discourages taking any risks. you can only make 5 characters, I think, so the 4-hour respawn timer, you've got to be pretty consistent with living a while before you can rely on any of your characters being up for play. I mean, I've got 3 characters right now that are all on 4-hour cooldowns. 2 of them died within 3 minutes of spawning to campers. I really think they ought to give you like a 30-minute grace period after you spawn in which you can instantly respawn. But if they really insist on keeping this terrible 4-hour respawn timer, I think they should have the good graces to give you 30 minutes within spawning before the 4-hour penalty for dying kicks in. Because I've walked 3 feet and been blasted by somebody who spawned right behind me with a rifle and just blasted me in the back. I don't know if they spawned or if they were hacking, but in any case, it sucks. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the deck here and get a status report. It looks like I've been heading more southwards, so I wish I had noticed that sooner, but what can you do? Both health and drink meters are getting a little lower. I am going to start sprinting. And I'm thinking I'm either going to hit Shroot Farm or I'm going to hit Echo's Compound. I don't know why they put Shroot Farm in the game as a cameo. Shroot Farm is in Pennsylvania. But apparently the developers felt like Shroot Farm should be in Colorado, next to Boulder. The game does have opportunities to be interesting. I would really like to see this game made in kind of a New York City style map where it's just non-stop urban sprawl. I mean, you can go up in buildings, and maybe survivors have built catwalks in between buildings, and it's more of a corridor hiding in closets type experience. I kind of hope they make a more wide open map too, to be fair. I keep thinking I hear gunshots, but I'm not positive. I have the sound turned down a little bit, so that the voice chat comes in a little cleaner. But I keep thinking I hear far off gunshots, and I just really don't want to take the chance right now because we have a really good game going right now, and I would hate to ruin it with a death. Boulder seems a little threatening. I haven't gone in there yet, so I have no idea on the layout. My first character that I ever made last night, I kind of walked towards the outskirts of Boulder, and then I tried to kill a zombie with my flashlight, and it ate my face off. I hadn't figured out that you have to aim like really high upwards yet. For now, though, I would love for travel time to be a little bit less. I'm cutting a little southwards now because I'd like to either hit Camp Splinter. I don't like the position that I'm in terms of food and water. I don't want to be scrounging, so... Let's see. I am going to quench my thirst. I don't know if I just wasted that. I don't know what moderate thirst means. I don't know if that's like half a bar. But I am going to get us in better shape right now. Because I just don't like having anything... I don't like it when my health and my water meters and everything look like they're really low. I appear to have regenerated health in some respect. I don't know how the health regen works in this game, but I know that when I used my bandages I was at like 81% health on the login screen. And all of a sudden I'm at like max health now, so that's good. Apparently there's some kind of regeneration occurring. I think I'm going to cut for Echo's Compound. Camp Splinter seems like it might be a little large and people might actually head there. I'm going to see if I can cut across these mountains right here. It may be a bad idea, but we're going to see if it works. I'm always conflicted about these travel episodes. I mean, I may put a disclaimer on this episode being like, it's mostly travel. So skip it if you're not interested in it, but I don't know. we'll see what happens in post. For right now, I'm just trying to get things recorded. Every time I look at that Santa hat, and I actually like think about it, you know, like, it's not that I'm wearing a Santa hat, it's that I'm wearing a Santa hat running through the mountains of Colorado during a zombie holocaust. It's all those things together that's just like, you can't kill my cheer. I am celebrating Christmas, god damn it. Zombies cannot stop me. That being said, I've played free-to-play games before, and I'm feeling like banking these items and selling them later to people might actually net me in-game currency. I don't know if they're going to let the gold credits or whatever be tradable, but if they are, saving seasonal stuff like this tends to be a good way to get ahead of the curve on in-game currency. Alright, so we're going to want to head, I guess, down this way. It looks like there's going to be flatlands for a little bit. I'd like to hit Echo's compound. But if it seems like it's too dangerous, we'll keep moving and we'll go for the bank. I literally could not care less if I starve to death as long as I bank all these items. I do like the banking system now that I'm kind of thinking about it. This is adding a lot of tension. Like, I am actually worried about getting killed right now because, you know, you're at such a disadvantage spawning with nothing. I mean, until you find your first melee weapon, and even after you find your first melee weapon, you're still pretty much a victim to anybody with a gun. I really would prefer to be able to spawn a new character with a firearm, or with an axe, or with a bat, or with something. For the purposes of this Let's Play, I'm hoping I'm giving you guys a pretty good idea about how travel works and how the game works. I'm doing my best to try and keep talking, because I realize these travel segments are kind of eh. I tend to skip through them too when I watch people play DayZ. If I know, or if they kind of indicate there's going to be a travel sequence, I'm like, and I bail out. But if you're sticking with me and you're watching this all the way through, I do appreciate it. It's nice to have company on these ridiculous walks. And the fun thing about uploading this stuff to YouTube is that I'm not talking to myself, so if I was just sitting in my room with headphones on right now recording this and just talking, my roommate might think I was just absolutely batshit crazy. Only a little bit. Only sometimes. Only in traffic. So, I don't have any kind of eyes-on visual on this compound. They're making it sound like it may be a military... Yeah, it looks like a military installation of some kind. I'm going to try and go down this hill the safe way, because I really don't want to break a leg going down this hill. I do have other Let's Plays in the works, so if you're just into games in general, I will have some other things posted. I'm really happy that I've managed to get a couple episodes done of this. It's really hard to find the time lately between just work, and I'm a full-time student at Sonoma State University here in Northern California, so it can be tough sometimes to find time to do these things, but you know how it goes. I love sharing games with people, so things like this tend to just be a blast for me, just chilling and talking to you guys. And that seems like an accident waiting to happen. I almost ran right over that. We're going to eyeball Echo Outpost over here, and we're going to see whether it's worth it or not. If it isn't, we'll probably cut up to Emerald Peak Retreat. Maybe hit Smallville. I'm kind of nervous about hitting larger cities, though. We already did our risky business when we went down and into the Pine Retreat place. I don't remember the name. Piney Pines Retreat, or whatever the hell it was called. I do see zombies, so I'll try and keep low. And the game's making those sinister noises that I hate it when it makes them. Doesn't look like that's a very big place. Wonder what the loot's like. We could do with a rifle. That's the only thing we're missing is a large weapon. You're allowed to carry one small weapon and a large weapon, much like DayZ, so I really would like to pick up a primary. I'd probably bank it, to be fair, if I found like an AK or anything, just because I'm the kind of person that likes to save up for the future and not worry about you know, the immediate next 5 minutes. In any case, we have arrived here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode off. I'm sorry to leave you guys in suspense, but this is Splattercat once again, and I'm playing The Warz by Hammerpoint, and I will see you in episode 4. Please subscribe if you enjoy the videos, and leave me a comment to let me know what you think about it. I will see you guys later.